Alright, Module 3, Lesson 3. This is the third and final part for this lesson. It is over credit cards. So definitions, we have revolving credit, which is an open-ended installment loan. And then we have average daily balance, which is the sum of the unpaid balances for each day in the billing cycle divided by the number of days in the billing period. So if you look at the notations and formulas, we have the formula for the average daily balance, and it tells us that it is the sum of the unpaid balances for each day in the billing period divided by the number of days in that billing period. So most of the time your billing period is for that month or that particular month. So it could be 30 days, 31 days, however many days that are in that month. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to, we have a list of all of our transactions from our credit card. We have our previous balance, so what we're starting with on day one, and then any payments that we made, and then any charges that we have on our credit card. It tells us that our monthly interest rate is 1.5%. And for these exercises for the credit card, what we want to find is our interest and our balance due for the following month, as well as our minimum monthly payment. So in order to find this, we have to find the average daily balance first, which is the formula that we looked at up here. And to do that, we have to have a table. So this problem is kind of long, so just try to work these problems how I work them in the videos. So you will need this table. This table, we have our balance, we have the number of days unpaid, and then we have our unpaid balance. So let me show you how this works. So we're looking at the month of March. It says that our previous balance was $6,240. So I'm going to put this in our first box. So the easiest way to do this is to fill out our balance after each charge. So we have the first, we have the 5th, because we made a payment on the 5th, and then we have the 7th, 12th, 21st. So March 7th, March 12th, and then March 21st. That is the last transaction that is made. And then we have the end of the month, so March 31st. We're not adding this to the table. We're just going to put our ending balance on that day. So let's go through each of these transactions for the 5th, 7th, 12th, and 21st. And we're going to change our balance after these transactions. So we start off with $6,240, and it says on the 5th that we make a payment of $300. Now, the balance of our credit card, this is the money that we owe our credit card company. We owe them $6,240. So anytime you make a payment, that balance goes down, because this is basically money that we owe. This is like a loan. You can consider it like a loan. If we make a payment on that loan, then our balance goes down. So if we pay $300, okay, our next transaction is a charge. In fact, the next 3 transactions, we charge our card. We go to the restaurant, we buy groceries, and we fix our car. On March 7th, we go to a restaurant and we spend $40. So we are using our credit card. That $40 is getting added to our balance. So $59.40 goes up $40 to $59.80. On the 12th, we buy groceries for $90. $59.80 goes up $90. Our new balance is $6,070. And then our last transaction, we have car repairs that are $230. We are adding it to our balance because we are adding that money on. So our new balance is $6,300. Okay, so we have all of our transactions for the month. Since we don't make any more payments or we do any more transactions, our balance at the end of the month is $6,300, okay? Balance on the 31st is $6,300. We will use this piece of information later on. Let's finish filling out our table. So the number of days unpaid or since a transaction. So we have from March 1st all the way to March 5th. We cannot include the 5th in these number of days. We can only go from March 1st to March 4th. We're going to count those days, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So we have 4 days until our next transaction. The next transaction happens on the 5th. We'll do the same thing. We go from the 5th to the 6th because our next transaction happens on the 7th. So we can't include 7th on this row. We have to go to the next row for the 7th. Okay? So from the 5th to the 6th is 2 days. On the next transaction, we go from the 7th to the 11th. We cannot include 12 because it is on this following row. The 7th to the 11th, use your fingers if you have to. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is 5 days. Okay, next row is the 12th through the 20th. We can't include the 21st because that's on this row. So the 12th to the 20th, count them with me. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is 9 days. And then our last box, we go from the 21st to the 31st, the last day of the month. Count all those days. We have the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31. We have 11 days. All right, what matters now, because remember, we're using this table to find our average daily balance. So we're going to take the first box in this row and multiply it by the second box in this row. So 6240 times 4 is going to give us what we need in this box. And we'll do that all the way down. So 5940 times 2, 5980 times 5, 6070 times 9, and then 6300 times 11. Okay, so let me scoot this over just a little bit. 6240 times 4. 5940 times 2, 5980 times 5, 6070 times 9, and then the last one, 6300 times 11. All right, so we have all of our pieces to our puzzle, to our table. So 24, 9, 60, 11, 880, 29, 900, 54, 630, and then 69, 300. All right. These 5 numbers is what we need to calculate our average daily balance. Our average daily balance is the sum of all 5 of these numbers divided by the number of days for that month. So 24,960 plus 11,880 plus 29,900 plus 54,630 plus 69,300, all divided by 31. We have 31 days in the month of March. Okay, let's get our calculator, and I'm just gonna go up and highlight each of these. And then the last one. So 190,670 divided by 31 gives us 6,150 and 65 cents. So on part A, our average daily balance equals 6,150 and 65 cents. This is part A. Okay, part B, find the interest to be paid on April 1st, the next billing date, round to the nearest cent. So we're going to take our average daily balance and we are going to multiply it by our interest rate. Our interest rate is 1.5%. So we take the average daily balance and multiply it by our rate. So 6,150 and 65 cents times 0.015. So 6,150 times 0.015. We get $92.26. So this is how much interest is being tacked on for this month, for the month of March. Find the balance due on April 1st. All right, our new balance. We have to take our previous balance on March 31st, which was this $6,300. And we'll bring it down here. And add it on to our interest, 92.26. So 92.26 plus 6,300. And our new balance on April 1st is 6,392 and 26 cents. Okay, so part D. This credit card requires a $10 minimum monthly payment if the balance is less than $360. Our balance is way more than that. So it says the minimum monthly payment is 1/36 of the balance due at the end of the billing period, rounded to the nearest whole dollar. So what is our minimum monthly payment for that month of March? So we're taking $63.92 and 26 cents and we're multiplying it by 1/36. That is the same as dividing $63.92 and 26 cents by 36. Okay, so I'm going to take that divided by 36 and we get 177.56. But we want to round it to the nearest dollar, so 178.